Hey guys, I'm so happy to be back making videos again. I had a short little absence, but that's because I had to finish all my projects for school and I don't have any exams this year, so I wanted just to finish all my final projects and wait until afterwards to do this video and to continue my scheduled videos, I guess you could say. Now technically school is kind of over for me. I still have to go and there's still about a week and a half left, but pretty much all my final projects are done. I have little mini projects left to do, but it won't take up a lot of my time. So starting now, my summer videos will begin. So as you guys already know, it is June, so it is about time for me to do my May 2012 reads. I read 3 books in May, which is not a lot. These are all sequels or installments, so I can't exactly talk about a lot, but I'll do my best to convey how much I like these books, what I didn't like, and that sort of thing. I've been getting a lot of questions on Twitter and Formspring about a book haul, and I'd like to say right now that I will be doing a summer book haul next weekend, so it should be up by next Sunday, because technically summer has kind of already started for me, so I feel like I'll get into the mood where I show you guys the books I have bought recently and plan to read this summer. Here we go, I'm going to show you guys the books and tell you how I like them. Alright guys, so the first book I read in May was Black Dawn by Rachel Caine, and this is the 12th installment in the Morganville Vampire series. So as you guys may know, I talk about the series a lot, and it is a very large series, so I can't exactly talk about the plot in this one without spoiling what happens in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. A lot of you probably know what the series is about, but I'm going to let you guys know. Again, for those of you out there who are watching who don't know, pretty much we follow a girl named Claire Danvers who is moving to a town in Texas called Morganville. She's going to Texas to attend a university there, and one thing leads to another, and she finds out that Morganville is run by vampires. Claire comes to realize that anything can happen in Morganville and that she must expect the unexpected at all times. We follow her and her 3 new friends who are Michael, Claire, and Shane, so we come to kind of see the relationship grow and their friendship grow in this crazy town, and there's a new plot and a plot twist in every single book. So after the 12th book, I am very happy and excited to say that this series has not gotten worse with each book. It has only gotten better, and I think that's really great for Rachel Caine to have accomplished, because I feel like with some books they get a little boring after the 3rd or 4th, but she has continued the excitement since book 1, so it's very fun and exciting to tag along with these characters after 12 installments. And it's very rare for a series to kind of go on for that long, and I feel like this is the biggest series I've ever read, so for me to be a part of it for this long is so awesome and amazing. I definitely recommend you guys check out Glass Houses, which is the 1st book. I love the 12th. I loved all of them pretty much, and this was yet again another amazing installment full of action and suspense and lots of plot twists. So I gave 5 out of 5 for Black Dawn. If you guys have not checked out the series, you must, because it's one of the best vampire series out there today. Alright guys, so the second book I read in May was the sequel to Divergent, and the book I'm talking about is Insurgent by Veronica Roth, and this is the 2nd book in the Divergent series. So as you guys may know or may not know, I absolutely love Divergent. It was my favorite dystopian book of all times. It comes close to the Hunger Games, and I have a hard time choosing which one I loved more, but honestly Divergent was one of the best, if not the best, 2011 debuts I ever read. So when I got my hands on the copy of this sequel, I was so excited and really anticipating to see what Veronica Roth would do with the way she ended the last book and what turn she would take to complete this fantastic sequel. So right from page 1, I was hooked and I was drawn right back into Veronica Roth's world. I was reunited with Tris, and I felt like I was seeing friends I haven't seen in a very long time, which is a very cool feeling because these are fictional characters, but Veronica Roth allows you to feel like you've grown up with them and that you have their best interests and you always will have their back. So to me, Tris is definitely one of the best characters out there. I love seeing Tris develop in this world, in this sequel as well, and I also love seeing the characters around her develop. I love seeing new characters. So Tris goes through a lot of things in this book. She has kind of this inner conflict with herself and some characters around her, and a lot of things do happen, some happy, some sad. I can't share a lot of them, well I can't share any of them if you haven't read the 1st book, but just know I felt this was a fantastic sequel and that it lived up to all my expectations. I know a lot of people were saying that this book has the sequel syndrome or whatever they call it, that it's not as good as the 1st and it doesn't live up to the 1st. I feel like the 2nd one does a different job than the 1st book, and for me, Divergent will definitely be one of my favorite books in the whole series, and I don't think another book will live up to it. Maybe the 3rd one will, but Insurgent I didn't love Insurgent as much as Divergent, but as a book itself, as the sequel that it is, it was still very, very good. It's hard for me to like a sequel over the book that introduced me to the world and allowed me to meet the characters for the first time, but what Insurgent did was fantastic as well, and as a sequel, I thought it was very, very, very good. So just know that to me, the sequel lived up to everything I expected. Veronica Roth threw more twists and turns at you that made the sequel even more exciting than I ever thought it could be. Overall, I gave Insurgent 5 out of 5. In my opinion, I feel like Insurgent was a very, very good second installment in this series. Alright guys, so the third and final book I read in May was The Calling by Kelly Armstrong, and this is the second book in the Darkness Rising trilogy. The first book in this series was The Gathering, and as you guys may know, I really, really ended up loving that book. I thought it was exciting, full of suspense, and a lot of new elements that I haven't really experienced in a book before. And I was very, very excited to read the second book because there's just so many things I wanted to know. I wanted to know how things picked up after the first one left off, and I was really, really anticipating how everything was going to come together and pretty much start with this book. Definitely check out the series because it's really, really fun and very different from the typical series out there. So I was very excited to read the sequel, but I found that when things came to the end of this and I read the last page, I was just really disappointed with the way everything came together. I didn't find it as exciting and suspenseful as I wanted it to be, and I just felt like things progressed in this book at a slow, really slow pace. The characters were kind of, I felt, off to me, and I just wasn't connected to them as the way I was in the first book. And there are things that happened right from the start that really kind of alter the way things progress in this book. So for me, it was just the way things happened and what happened kind of ruined it for me. It was kind of boring. Like when things progress, it's only at the last 50 to 100 pages near the end of the book, so the first chunk of this is basically the same thing happening over and over again. You do learn some things, but it's not enough for me to feel like this was a really good sequel. I feel like this book has the sequel syndrome where it's just a book that acts as a filler between the first and the third. Not much happens, not much is that exciting. Things happen, but they're not that substantial or that important to me. I feel like a really good plot twist will have you excited and anticipating the next page after the next page, but this one, things happen, I was like, meh, okay, so what's gonna happen next? But besides that, I still feel like it was a decent sequel. I still really enjoyed reading about the characters and I enjoyed the plot, but it wasn't what I expected it to be. If I were to give it a rating, I'd give it between a 3.5 to a 4, because as a whole, I'd say I give it a 3.5, but there are certain points that I would give a 4. So it's very hard for me to say because I still really, really like this series and I really like the concept, but I felt like the sequel was a disappointment. I would definitely check out the series because there's a lot of great characters and the plot is super cool. I still love Kelly Armstrong. Her point of view and her writing is great. It's a very light and fun read. Let me you guys know if you like this book and if I'm not the only one out there who wasn't exactly pleased with the way it turned out. Alright guys, so that was my short and hopefully quick video. Who knows how long this will be. I always say it's short, but it could be 10 minutes, I don't even know. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any requests for videos that you're dying to see and you really want me to film, definitely leave them in the comments because I do get sidetracked with different types of videos and I lose track of doing videos that you guys sometimes want. So like I said, I'm going to do the haul that you guys are highly requesting me to do, and that'll be exciting because I'll go over some books that I'm very excited to read during the summer and that I hopefully read this summer. Thank you for all your support. I'm very close to hitting 4,000 subscribers, which is amazing to me. So thank you for your continuous love and support. I get so many messages on Goodreads that are so nice, and I just can't believe how great you guys are to me. I mean, this whole thing still feels very surreal that you guys watch my videos and are very passionate about reading like I am and that we can come together and talk about it. So just want to say thank you for you taking the time to comment, like, and do all that amazing stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.